Hello everybody and welcome back. Root Beer here as always. I'm going to continue our look at the Canadian Intermediate paper from 2018. We're going to be starting Part B. So there's 3 questions in Part B. B1, B2, and B3. B3 usually the hardest question on the paper. Part B, of course, is written, as they actually tell us, they remind us again. For each question in Part B, you need to have a well-organized solution containing justifications. Marks are awarded for completeness and clarity, and I do want to emphasize the clarity. Try and make sure everything is nice and everything flows, things are explained clearly, because we mark these things, and if we don't understand what you're doing, we're not going to spend the next hour conversing amongst ourselves as to what you might be talking about. I mean, usually if something's a little unclear, you pass the paper to one of the better markers, the more experienced markers. But they'll give it their best read through. But if they don't understand what you're doing, well, you're not being very organized and clear then. So you do want to practice that sort of thing. Anyway, we're going to get into it with B1 in this video. So B1. The range of a list of numbers is the difference between the largest number and the smallest number in the list. For example, if I've got 1, 5, 1, 6, 3, 6 minus 1, 1 is the smallest. There's 2 1s, but 1 is the smallest, 6 is the largest. The range here is 5. Alright, so we've got 4 parts here. A, determine the range of the list 7, 13, 4, 9, and 6. 7, 13, it was, 4, then 9, then 6. Alright, so how would you explain yourself here? I would say smallest is 4, largest is 13, range is 13 minus 4, 9. I probably earned a mark, maybe 2 marks there, depending on the marking scheme. All right, B part. So we were just sort of introducing ourselves to the idea of range there. B. The list 11, 5A, 13, 10. I'm going to copy that down. Oh, A before 13, whatever, it doesn't matter. Has a range of 12. So now they're telling me the range, but I don't know what A is. Determine the 2 possible values of A. Okay. So first I'm going to correct this. Not that it matters. It matters to me. That's it. So, A could be the smallest or the largest. You could make the observation that currently the smallest and largest have a difference of 8, so the range of 8. So we currently don't have the range of 12, and if you wanted to say that, that's fine. But we want to figure out the 2 values of A. A sort of could only be the smallest or largest, really. If A is the largest, A minus 5. You could point out 5 is currently the smallest, doesn't really matter. Must be 12, so A is 17. If A is the smallest, then 13 is the largest. So 13 minus A must be 12. And so add A to both sides. What do I have to add to 12 to get 13? 1. There we go. If you wanted to, you could summarize it with a little therefore statement. Doesn't really matter. So I got the 2 values of A as predicted. They bothered to tell me how many values of A I was searching for. Alright, C looks a little more complicated because it's got some quadratics. But the list 6 plus 2x squared, 6 plus 4x squared, 6 plus 5x squared has a range of 80. Determine the 2 possible values of x. Well, it's a quadratic, so I would expect 2 possible values of x. What might I say? X squared is always greater than or equal to 0. So I can see that 6 is less than or equal to 6 plus 2x squared. And we're just adding on larger and larger numbers. Okay. Those were the numbers. 2x squared, 4x squared. Okay. So the range, which we're told is 80, must be from the largest. Subtract the smallest. So it must be 5x squared. Divide by 5 on both sides. We'll get 16 is equal to x squared. And x is 4. Or negative 4. They didn't say x has to be positive. Not at all. So there we go. All right, now we just have D left to go. The list 5x plus 3y, 0, x plus y, and 3x plus 3x plus y has a range of 19. If x and y are integers that are both positive, determine the values of x and y. So the wording there makes me think there's only going to be one value of x and y that work. Otherwise, I think they would say determine all possible values of x and y. But we'll see. We will see. So it'd be really nice if I could sort of order these things. Now, I would say the first thing to notice is probably, since x and y are both greater than 0, x plus y is greater than 0. So, well, now I've got sort of the first little bit. I know a relationship between two of the numbers. What else can we see? Well, we've got 5x plus 3y, 3x plus y. So x is greater than 0. So 2x is greater than 0. And from there, if I add on x plus y to both sides, I see that 3x plus y is greater than x plus y. You might be able to get away with just jumping to the final inequality that shows you the order of these numbers, but I think it's important to justify it while we're here. Finally, we know x and y are greater than 0. So 2x is greater than 0 and 2y is greater than 0. So if I add so if I add 2x and 2y to both sides, it will get that 5x plus 3y is greater than 3x plus y. And that's what we wanted. 3x plus y, 5 plus 3. Okay, good. So that's the last one. And I'll just put that all together. 0 is the smallest. And it was 3x plus y and 5x plus 3y. Okay, so the range is 19, which must be 5x plus 3y minus 0. So we get 5x plus 3y. How in the heck can we make 19 out of that? Well, 19 must be some non-zero multiple of 5 plus some non-zero multiple of 3. What are my possibilities? X could be 1 or 2 or 3. It can't be 4 because then that would be 20 and that would be too much. 5x would be 5. 19 minus 5x would be 3, so that would be 14. Here would be 10, and we'd get 9, 15, and 4. And so y would be 14 over 3. That doesn't work. 9 over 3 is 3. That will work. 4 over 3 won't work. So x must be 2, and y must be 3. And we get our final answer. If you wanted to, just to make sure, you could go back and check. X plus y is 5. 3x plus y would be 9. 5x plus y would be 19. That the order is still satisfied. You don't need this. That was just for my own sanity. We've got our final answer. We explained how we ordered everything. We explained how the range fits in. And then there were only so many possibilities for x. We just deduced which ones give us a positive integer value for y. And we're all done. Other things you could add, you could explain why you don't need to go for 0. But I wouldn't bother. B1 isn't meant to be particularly challenging. It's sort of meant to have you, if you're someone who can write up questions, you have no problem with B1. Okay? B2 is the one we're going to handle in the next video. We'll see how challenging that is, and then we'll move on to B3. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like or subscribe just to be kept up to date, and I will see you for B2 in the following video.